Well, you certainly didn't give me a lot to work with regard to feedback on things that could be improved. I thought this small space and challenge were pretty spot on here with Venture. So I'll just go through and pinpoint a few things that I did notice as far as consistencies and things that went really well on this. So front crosses, sending around the wing, I think, is really smart on the small space. It gets the dogs driving, but also because this was taken from the middle of the course, it does more to kind of mimic where you were coming from off of that preceding jump. So it got you far enough ahead for that front cross. There's step 1 right there. Step 2, so she's airborne and you're already halfway through. 3, and then opening up at 4, you have cleared off her line and set a really nice line from 1 to 2 there. Now, one of the things that I did take note of is what her striding was on these last 2 jumps, because I was curious to see if she would be better with the pool where you finished all dog on right or the front cross. I thought she might have a tendency to want to add a stride as you rotated through her on the front cross. So I paid close attention, and on all of the reps, she did 3 strides. So she landed here, she did 1, 2, 3, and then took off. And I think for her, that was as much extension as she could give you, and you were giving that nice go-go at the finish for the consistency there on driving ahead as well. So even with the pull, when we switch over to the rear cross, inside arm, getting her driving forward, giving you that nice turn, you'll see she's staying inside that curve. I'm kind of using this rut in your grass here that looks like it was from a tunnel as a measure of how tight she's turning, and every single time she stayed nice and tight inside that line. And then right here, same thing with the 3 strides. So 1, 2, 3, and then nice extension. So the front cross, which I worried would put too much pressure on her and cause her to potentially back off, that did not happen at all here. So now the 2 rear crosses. All right, nice turn here on the loop. You can see once again staying inside that arc, and then that same 3 strides all the way through. So that was another one where I thought backing up or doubling up on the rear crosses and having the back-to-back rears might slow her down on the second one, and she gave you really nice extension, which just is a testament to the forward send. All right, so as we hop over to the challenge sequence, I really liked the first challenge better just because it felt like it kept her in more extension. And I don't know that it was actually faster unless we were to time them or put them in a side-by-side, but you got a very appropriate turn there on 2, and then all of these were slices. So you did the blind, got it done here, were able to send to your loop there, and then got the other slice sending to the backside, making it across for the push to drive to the last jump. So when you switched over the curls were executed very well, and she did them very well. She had good commitment on them. I didn't feel like she bled off an unreasonable amount of time, but it just felt like you weren't doing as much, and maybe that's why it was perceived to be slower. Because even here, you're pausing and she's not even halfway to the jump. Just a few steps over here, we're once again pausing on the send there. And then down here, you really had to wait. So you're waiting, and not at any fault of your own. You have to wait until she gets in front of you in order to leave and drive for that last jump. So it's just nature of that strategy. Without putting them in a side-by-side, it's hard to know which one was faster, but I certainly felt like the first option was faster because you were moving so much more. But sometimes that's deceiving because that's exactly what we're feeding off of. So good work on these. Really nice stuff. I'm not sure that there would be anything that I would adjust there, but it is great feedback to know that her striding remains consistent throughout the entire small space. Good work.